Hi, everybody. Hey, here we are at the end of 2023. Can you believe it? The end of 2023. Cannot believe that it's gone by so quickly. Um, we had basically no snow this year, uh, plenty of rain, almost, no, it's art type of rain. The year was pretty good for me personally. Had a few issues, nothing too bad for a guy my age. It's no biggie that I might have to have a shoulder operation and major surgery done with my rotator cuff because I kind of aged out my shoulder. And you all know the story of that. Had to deal with COVID back at the beginning of the year, but yeah, it's COVID. All right, it's a long term cold. The trouble with me is COVID lasted a very long time for me. Not contagious, but enough to give me what the doctors call long COVID, which then turned into asthma. Yeah, 73 years old, and I've got asthma because I got COVID, and it plays with your lungs, and I got asthma. Eh, you deal what you deal with. Anyway, so we're at the end of the year. It's been a pretty good year. Politically, man, not a great year for anybody. Yeah, you followed me on my Facebook feeds. I'm not a big fan of anybody that's in the political world right now because I think they're all a bunch of clowns heading our country down the toilet for whatever reason. I mean, I'm sure they have their agenda and I'm sure they're making a lot of money. I know I'm not, but hey, I'm not in DC either. So anyway, fed you a whole bunch of tech tips this year, which I think were good from my perspective. I hope you enjoyed them. Um, the the deal with having to work with all of the stuff in my home lab provides me with a lot of problems, if you will. And then when I see the problems, I like to share the solutions that I came up with because you never know that, you might be having the same problems in your home. You may not have a home lab, but you may have the same problems with the type of software that I'm using. So I like to share those out to me. I also created in LinkedIn, Malawin.com, which is a direct link to my blog on WordPress. Um, it's a tech tip slash political type of blog. I try to keep it kind of lightweight, and I don't try to piss people off because there's no involvement. We all have our own little thoughts about where we are politically, and no matter what I say or no matter what you say, you ain't changing me, and I ain't changing you. I've been around way too long to change my feathers now, so to speak. Anyway, so I try not to upset you. I with my political posts, I do have a political group, the Bearded Libertarian Group. It's kind of a libertarian, if you will. People accuse me of leaning towards the right, which, if you know libertarians, most of them do lean towards the right. Not too many left leaning libertarians out there. Libertarians don't necessarily believe in any kind of big government or anything like that. So, it's not like they're Democrats running around going, "Hey, social democracy is what we need in this country versus the republic that we have." That's a whole different kind of debate. I kind of tend to think that social democracy tends to work better for people. I think that what we have in our country tends to not work so good for a lot of people, but hey, it is what it is. I keep freezing because my screensaver keeps coming on, and I don't know why it keeps coming on, so I'm going to just move the mouse, I guess, to keep the screensaver from coming on and pausing the video. Anyway, so the intent of this video was to say Happy New Year to you. And yeah, we're 2024 is coming at you. It's going to be quite the year. I mean, we got to run up to an election this year, and yeah, yeah, that's a whole different can of worms that this year seems to open up. I mean, 2020 was bad enough. I mean, 2024 looks like it's going to even be worse than 2020 with the, okay, let's get this guy off the ballot. Let's put this guy on the ballot. Let's try to control the voting stream. Let's make it so that these people can vote and these other people can't vote. Depending on what party you're in, one party saying, hey, hey, you can't vote because, you didn't show an ID, or the other party saying, oh, we can't have him even on the ballot because, people might vote for him. Oh my God, we can't have that. Anyway, so 2024 should be quite the year for us. You all have a good night, and don't stay out too late. Don't drink too much. Me, sober like almost 3 years now. So, yeah, that's good. Don't booze it up too bad. And certainly call an Uber. Be safe. Happy New Year.